after this upload at some point. There should be a separate video about basically the mods I'm using specifically. It's not supposed to be long, but yeah, I know I said that last time and it didn't work out. It is all perks, by the way. But just to at least open this video with that, because I know people were interested in the custom content that I'm using. It is incremental over time, but I won't have you sifting through like over 100 episodes trying to find an episode where I'm like, oh, I included this and this and this, because it was incremental. But as we get into it's all perks, so actually it's 3 custom mysteries. But as we get into a Zol World of Horror custom character with 3 custom mysteries this time. Again, just really quick note, after this video at some point, I really should have released a video explaining which mods I'm using, and I will only mention certain ones because I know the other ones that I'm using have some events that are breaking. Second mystery, light, second encounter knowledge, Toxisana, maybe charisma check. But feel free to ask me any other questions. I'll do my best because boy oh boy have I not answered certain questions. I think to a satisfying degree. By the way, we leave a legal den because we start with the switchblade. Not the most damaging weapon, but with 8 perception, we should be able to fit 4 attacks. If not, I mean, we'll look for damage increase, but really we're looking for good brace turns, if nothing else, because without brace, oh boy, do the runs become a lot more painful. The problem is 3 damage, but I'll explain later on, depending on the enemy. Festival, never mind. Festival Tongue, Recluse, Story, and, well, 4 boss mysteries, and this might just be the end. So, we can take Tongue now. The problem is what we take after Recluse, because I'll probably do Recluse second. Oh, so the reason I'm thinking that way is Tongue has a boss that deals stamina damage. Recluse has a boss that deals reason damage. There's still some in-betweens, obviously, but that's why I'm willing to take these 2 back-to-back. The question is Story or Goal. Both of these are pretty painful. -2 all is pretty bad, but then there's a big tanky boss as well that I think does all. Either way, it's very bad, but I guess we'll take Tongue now and find out the mystery. Also, that's right, we're on Azul, so Doom is a little bit worrisome. Otherwise, we're going to pop into the legal den, at least look at the ally, but also look for anything else. And the answer is no. So, off we go. Then we'll check the history club. Might as well. There's a chance you get something really good. You know what? We'll take that extra point in strength. But right afterward, max threat level school, Max Mansion Seaside, and we do have, well, actually no, we have Festival. I'm going crazy. But I think we're visiting the mansion, so I'm going to grab these handcuffs, but we're going to put the patrols in the mansion, and then off we go. Could prepare here, choosing not to. Might grab cigarettes for our 3rd and 4th mystery, but we'll see. Yeah, because I don't want to use them. I normally don't like using cigarettes before Recluse, if anything else, as a general rule. The reason is, throughout the duration of Recluse, you're not going to fight any enemies. So essentially, you're just going through 5 to 6 investigations, not using cigarettes. Whereas if you're in IN space, any normal mystery, there's a chance you fight enemies, so at least the nicotine rush buff will provide you a use. That's your strategy for today. That being said, we grab a meat cleaver here, but it's really not as great as... If we're going to be trading blows with a boss, we might as well be just using 4 attacks as opposed to prep attack, which we might not even be able to do with the meat cleaver, even with 6 strength. So, yeah, 4 stamina damage here. In fact, we get 5, but as I just mentioned, the odds of hitting all of these are not particularly great. What we can do is take 4 stamina damage, throw the meat cleaver for 3 damage, and then get out for an extra 7, because thresholds to break. And in fact, I think we got extra damage there because it's weak to sharp, question mark? Actually, I want to check really quickly. If the game will let... Well, if my hands will let me check. I think so, right? It didn't say so, but the fact that I was doing 4 and 5 damage means I was. So, funny enough, worked out okay, but let's assume that I was only able to do 7 damage per turn. That does mean that we're at there is a very, I think it's 3 mystery threshold. On the 3rd mystery, I would not have been able to do what I just did, essentially. So we can store the handcuffs, item rule. There are no humans in this mystery, except for maybe the player character themselves. But, as you may have seen, I guess your second quote-unquote piece of advice for the day is that in Recluse, you see me taking certain choices over and over and over again. Like, I know this is a Doom. I know the previous one was more Doom. I think the first one. And so the reason is because if you pick the other one and fail, oftentimes you lose reason. And with events like that you just saw, you lose more reason. You can't take too much reason damage in Recluse. Even though, I mean, it looks like I'm having an easy time with Recluse over the course of this series, but I promise you, if you come in unprepared to Recluse, you just take 6 reason or 9 reason damage in the face, and the run's over. So, shrug. I mean, as you can see right here, we're probably already taking 6 reason damage. So, the question is, what else can we do? Yeah, this is pretty bad. Can we even get out, actually? I just realized? No. Well, yeah, this is really bad. So, funny enough, leaving an offering is going to be better for us, and we can't do anything else. By the way, just want to note really quickly, in case anyone's getting the idea, well, see, Jordan, Brace was nerfed. Doesn't matter if it was nerfed. This could be 10 time units faster, and we still wouldn't be able to do anything significant. A big part of that is because Leave an Offering and Sever are both 100 plus time units. Sever being 100 and Offering being 105, so just to put it into perspective, actually, let's use some numbers. So to put it into perspective, let's say Brace was 155 time units. I'm being very lenient here. 155 time units with 6 strength, that would be 155 minus 48, so 107 time units needed. And let's go the full other way further and say we had 7 strength. That's not... Brace time unit, I think, is a 165, but you get the point. Even with it being unnerfed, we would have a hard time. The best you could do is Brace into a Sever, but... Actually, that would be preferable, but you get the point. It's not great. I think we have to throw the Switchblade here. Otherwise, we die guaranteed. And in fact, yeah, as I just mentioned, leaving an offering is better. I don't know if we can do anything else. It would be great if we can find anything else to do, but I'm pretty sure there's nothing else we can do. Oh, we go for a dodge. Okay, well... Might as well. We actually need to dodge one of these. Okay, good. Dodge actually coming in clutch here. We'll do it again. We're not going to get out anytime soon, so... Time for dodge to show its worth. Now, the fact that I dodged once was good enough already, but hey, okay, we dodged twice. Great. The chance of us not dodging a single one of those, though, is quite low regardless, so if I hadn't had dodged any of those, pain. But just also to put into perspective... Dodge was buffed, so if we didn't have 6 dexterity, we would not have been able to do that, which most characters would not be able to do. But I'm not dunking on Dodge this time. This time I want to pet Dodge on the head and say, hey, out of the 190 plus episodes, you finally did something. Probably in like 2 other episodes as well, let's be real. But, so the question now is story or goal? Yeah, I'm not sure. I forgot my second encounter, by the way. I want to actually say it was the roommate, but maybe I'm wrong? No, it had to be in the roommate. I don't remember fighting anything else other than the boss of Tongue. So, I think we're just gonna put everything into strength here. Because as much as I... Let me think for a moment. No, I think we take this first. I'm just playing the numbers here, and by that I mean... Also, I didn't store the stuffed toy. That was my fault. But, so... The reason I took story over goal is that goal has guaranteed just one boss, whereas story here has at least 3 to 4 enemies, which means the overall HP increase that I'm fighting against is a lot higher. Now, obviously that doesn't matter when you're trying to just break thresholds, but that's a different story. You know what? Might as well just use the strengths of a fast weapon here. Now, there's a chance we'd hit like only 2 of these, but yeah, hitting 3 or 4 of those would allow me to get out a lot more comfortably. We're still taking -2 all damage, so it's still very painful, but especially with a fast weapon. So the other part of that that I thought about as we rolled an 11 on an 8 perception check, I think that was 11 plus 1. But the other part of that is with a fast weapon, HP thresholds are a lot more, I guess, sensitive, if that makes any sense, because the chance of the amount of damage you do per turn is, what's the word? fluctuates. So I could literally do 0 damage or I could do 20 damage. That's why. And so with an extra 2-3 HP on a boss, that means that and if missing 1 or 2 attacks on, say, if I took this mystery later, would mean a lot more, basically, is what I'm trying to say. Just making sure. Yeah, okay, we do 10 damage. I don't know if that's guaranteed for some reason, because I was thinking about whether or not that was with bonus damage. That has to be with bonus damage, right? Am I going crazy? Yeah, because that's 4.5 times 2 plus 1 equals 10. And into another boss ghost fight, by the way, in which I think we just do the same thing. We have to dodge one of these, by the way. I could have rested. I should have actually rested. I didn't. And yeah, and if we keep dodging, I mean, another extra dodge would be nice, but we don't need to. But we did, so dodge actually helping this video. 1 out of, again, nearly 200 plus ones. Well, let's be very lenient and say 10 episodes out of 20. So what, 5% of the time dodge works for me? And again, I guess I am just dunking on dodge over and over and over again. But we're actually going to heal stamina here. We'll take perception too. That might allow me to fit in... I think it does actually usually allow me to fit in an extra attack boost. I guess we're going to find out. So, yeah, we fit in an extra attack. So you know what? That's better. Because the potential damage, we either do 0 damage or 18 damage. That's all I have to say. Actually, hitting all of those was amazing, by the way. There's a very low chance of hitting all of those back-to-back. But, as I forget that I have an item in my inventory and extra Azul stuff, all things considered, 4th Mystery, 40%-ish Doom is not so bad. Although I do need to toss these funds at a certain point. Depends if we run into another unescapable ghost encounter. But I guess we'll find out. But yes, at a certain point we do want to get rid of it. I'm actually gonna check the history club again. Yeah, only human encounters, so off we go. So we shouldn't have too many school investigations. If so, I mean sadness. But otherwise, vending machine time. And we'll take a pack of cigarettes. Now, if we get out of funds, I'll trade off Doom this time. I don't really mind. But I do need to toss funds until we have 1. That's the point I'm trying to make here. Just make sure so I don't have a curse either. But basically, at the end of goal here, we need to pop these cigarettes for the sake of keeping our Doom low, if nothing else. But really also for the boss fight, let's be serious. Could also pop it here. I might run into an encounter. And let's actually, yeah, it says prepare yourself. That's usually indicative of a fight at all. Now, it's not the most damaging fight, but you want to be certain. So, hey, 85%. Nope. I mean, we were going to miss something eventually. And my next question is... I could opt to do a thing and go to the tree and recover stamina. Unfortunately, didn't work out. And in fact, we're in even more trouble. So, what I have to do now is definitely brace. How many of these can we fit in? 3. Would it be nice to hit all 3? If we don't, sadness happens. Okay, we have to keep doing it. Because we're not... The boss's HP is not low enough to gamble yet. It is now, and this is what we're going to go on. We need to hit, I think, 3 of these? Yeah. Or 4, but there's a chance we hit 4. Better than a coin flip, gotta take it. That's the whole point of running fast weapons. But anywho. So, we can double up on dexterity. I think I have a dexterity check? Let's hope. Because otherwise I would have increased strength. I mean, strength would not have been bad to increase anyway, but as we enter Fear Festival as our last mystery, we get the experience roll. It doesn't matter unless we're taking like 20% Doom at the end of this. We should be relatively okay. But we're still gonna just use both of these twice. I will, and then we festival here. Yeah, we will festival here. Didn't find anyone, but that's not the point. The point is to prevent a Doom increase. Shrug! 8 dexterity. Alright, good. Actually, yeah, again, this is gonna be really tight. But I've already made the assumption that I'm gonna lose like 10% Doom. So I'm treating it as if I'm at 68% Doom right now, which is perfectly fine. Period. That's the end of the sentence. I was going to talk about something else today, and I proceeded not to. So, you know what's funny? Actually, we could just end up dying here. But, yeah. I mean, I guess just focusing on the game would not be bad as well. Yeah, bye. Oh, we can't, actually. Not because we're on Kathak, but just because you cannot run from this encounter, because the creator said so. So, we gotta do the next best thing and attack. Well, we do get every single one of these attacks. I'm still gonna brace, by the way. But I think we get out right here, because all of our attacks are guaranteed. Thankfully, this enemy has low power. We get an old coin for our trouble, funny enough. But let's also hope we don't have the boss here, because we're about to take a bunch of damage in the face. So, as fun as it is to have all these curse removals, we, funny enough, did not need it this time. But again, even if we were at, like, again, I'm assuming I'm at 76% Doom right now, and even that's okay for the moment. Now, if you get time skip, it's going to be a little bit iffy, but thankfully, we don't have a boss here. And yeah, there's the experience rule slapping me in the face. So, without further ado, I think we do survive this. If we don't, I will be a bit sad, but let's find out. So, Roommate is our second encounter, which also means, well, doesn't always mean, but Recluse is our second encounter. We have a light check, knowledge, so we are losing 3 stamina, 3 reason, and maybe 5 stamina? Or 5 reason, sorry? Yeah, we are losing 5 reason. Oh my goodness, I'm going crazy. Crazy! But, so we want to heal reason here. I don't think that actually counts. We could actually just get 8 knowledge here, but it doesn't really matter when I can just do this, and off we go. Now, there is kind of a strategy in purposely pushing myself to 3 stamina, 3 reason at this point, but I shouldn't really need it. As long, even just succeeding one of these Doom checks would be enough for us to survive. So yeah, without further ado, as always, feel free to ask questions, although I should really be working on that custom content video in terms of showing you, because it's probably going to show like a quick way of how to, again, install or use custom content in your game, but otherwise should also have I was a bit flabbergasted by the handcuff, but should also contain basically where I'm getting it from. They're all from the Discord server, by the way. Spoiler warning. But yeah, without further ado, I'm not going to take up much more of your time. Thank you for watching. I'll see you later. Bye!